As Ellison touched on, are pleased with this arrangement or timeline. For example, Terry Nadler, who runs a crucial committee that's going to decide the pace of future investigations, as well as entertain the Attorney General and maybe about Mueller himself, says it should be out by Tuesday, next Tuesday, the 2nd. To Fox News contributor, former Republican Oversight Committee Chairman Trey Gowdy. Congressman, good to have you. What do you think of this back and forth? The 2 weeks is not good enough.
Well, I'm in a really small minority, Neil. I don't think the report should be released at all. And I'm frankly surprised that so many Republicans think it should be. A lot of Republicans think the investigation was flawed from its inception. Remember that Strzok was biased, that Papadopoulos was set up, that the dossier was a political hit piece. So if the investigation was flawed from its inception, why is the report not also flawed? I don't think the report should be released because the Department of Justice speaks in indictments. They've already indicted a lot of people. That's the way the Department of Justice speaks. They don't write biographies. They don't write summaries and reports and have press conferences like what Jim Comey did that the Inspector General actually found violated policy. The Department of Justice speaks in indictments. And if you're not indicted, I don't know that the Department of Justice should be releasing a political hit piece that people like Schiff and Nadler are then going to use for 2020.
Well, regardless, it is going to come out. There might be portions redacted, sir, to your concerns, but it is coming out. I'm wondering if in having it released, there are other things that could be interpreted differently than Barr has. A lot of Democrats have said that he made condescending sort of bullet points. That's coming from Nancy Pelosi. Where did she get that?
I think they didn't like the result, Neil. So if you don't like the result, keep in mind, these are some of the same people that were introducing bills to protect Mueller. Remember all the Mueller protection bills? Little did we know he would need to be protected from Nancy Pelosi and Schiff and other people who just don't like what he found. What he found is, and this is the important sentence that Barr shared, despite multiple opportunities, the Trump campaign never colluded, coordinated, conspired with Russia. And what my former colleagues like Swalwell and Schiff never seem to bring up is the only campaign that took Russian dirt and actually paid for it was the Clinton campaign. Not the Trump one, the Clinton campaign.
You're talking about the Steele dossier, right? The original.
I'm talking about Fusion GPS and all of the money that Perkins Coie spent trying to get Russians to provide dirt on one of the presidential candidates.
All right, you raise a good point. I'm not a lawyer. I know you are, and a very good one. The one thing, Congressman, that surprised me in this is if there was anything false coming out of Bill Barr's interpretations of this and the points that he mentioned regarding the 400-page report, certainly Mueller or his team would have called him out on it, right?
Well, they've called folks out in the past. Remember when the media reports were wrong about Michael Cohen?
The Daily Beast
Democrats
and
got
many
Mueller.
others, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they got him to do what nobody else in the world can do, which is get Mueller to talk. But Neil, I am a recovering attorney, but I will tell you this: the department. When Beto says he has evidence beyond a shadow of a doubt, when Schiff says beyond a reasonable doubt, that's not what it takes to charge someone. That's what it takes to convict. It takes probable cause.
Well,
which is
a lot
really
of your
low.
Republican colleagues, sir, and saying Schiff should resign. To a man and woman, they unanimously voted to do so. Obviously, he's not going to do so. But how does that committee even work going forward now?
It's hard, Neil. That's not the crazy caucus on the Republican side. Those are not bomb throwers. That's Elise Stefanik. That's Johnny Ratcliffe. That's Will Hurd. They ain't a crazy person on the Republican side on House Intel. So for them to collectively say, Chairman Schiff, we've lost confidence in your ability to lead, I think what may happen next is the intelligence community may say, you know what, Chairman Schiff, you prejudge investigations, you disregard facts, reports, evidence. We're not going to share any more information with you.
Do you know if that's happening, sir?
I don't, but it would not. I mean, If you're the CIA, why are you going to risk your life providing information to someone who has a well-deserved reputation for leaking and who's going to disregard evidence because of his hatred for the president? At some point, these are executive branch entities. At some point, they're going to say, you know what, Adam, if us providing you with evidence is not going to change your deeply held wrong conviction, then we're going to quit providing you with information.
Trey Gowdy, good lawyer and all. Good
Yes,
luck
sir.
in your recovery efforts on that front. Always good seeing you.
Thank you.
All right, well, you've
Yes,
heard
sir.
the
Thank you.
president.